Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a video in a language that isn't my main one, so you can turn the subtitles on if you like. I'm showing my 2026 reading journal. In the first part of this video, I will be showing the pages while I make them, and at the end you can find a full flip through of the journal, so you can pause and look closely and get inspiration. I wanted my reading journal to feel more colorful than last year. I started by designing my TBR cart and includes all the books that I already owned from last year, and the idea is to hopefully reduce my TBR. My goal isn't to buy a lot because I want to focus more on special editions, new releases that I'm excited about, or books that I love so much that after reading I want to keep on my shelf, but mostly because I'm running out of space. On the left side, I really wanted to create a window. From last year, I have 17 books, and I left some extra space for the books that I might buy in 2026. Next, I have my reading goals. My main goal is to read 30 books this year. Even if I end up reading more than that, this space is just to see if I reach the goal. Next to it, I have my complete goals: reading 30 books, finishing 2 series, and reading 3 books by Portuguese authors. This is a goal that I had last year, and I really want to keep prioritizing reading in my native language. After that, I have my series tracker. This year, the series tracker has a similar vibe to last year, not as colorful I originally imagined, and this time I decided not to fill in with all the series I want to read yet, because last year I had a lot of expectations, and in the end I didn't actually read most of the ones that I planned. Next, I have 2 reading challenge. One of them is A to Z challenge, which I already did last year, and I absolutely love it. I think it turned out really good, especially with all the letter stickers, and in the end it's very nice to see this fill out. I also really wanted to do a setup that feels joyful and feel complete from the start, something that doesn't need the whole year to feel finished. On the right side, I'm doing the color challenge for the first time. I thought it was such a fun idea. I also had the book that I already read just to see how it would look, and I think it's going to be a really good challenge to complete. Here I have 6 books that I want to read in 2026. Last year taught me that a big TBR list doesn't really work for me. I end up just choosing the books that I'm most excited about. On the left, I created a book bingo. I think it's already pretty eye-catching and will be more fun once I start coloring in. One thing that I didn't do, but I might add next year, is leaving space to write to each book I read for each bingo square. Next, I have my new releases pages. These are 3 upcoming releases that I hope will be translated into Portuguese, so I decided to focus on those. All 3 authors were among my favorites last year, so it felt right to include them here, but there are so many books that I'm excited that I wanted to leave space. After that, I have my monthly reading tracker. I decided to print, so all the boxes will be perfectly aligned, but now I feel like I may have too much space. I usually read 5 to 10 books per month at most, so this might be a little bit more than I needed, but with the stickers it feels colorful and fun, so I think it's alright. On the other side, I have one of the pages that took me the most to make. My idea was to create the entrance of a bookstore. I think it turned out cute. I was very indecisive about the window, whether to have curtain or vellum paper, but I ended up just focusing on the door. I wanted to feel like there was a floor, a rug, a bike outside, very whimsy. And when you open the bookstore, you enter my bookshelf. This year, I color already the decoration so it feels aligned with the rest of the journal from the beginning. The next one is one of my favorite spreads. On the left, I have a Tropes bingo. First, I was going to glue it, but since it was so small, I decided to draw it instead. On the right, I have a genre tracker. Last year, I used small boxes, but without numbers, so it was really hard to tell how many books I actually read, and this feels so much cleaner. I really like how it looks. Next is my book tracker. This year I simplify a lot compared to last year. The only thing that I feel is missing is the dates when I finish each book, which I personally like to track. Next, I have my top reads from the year. Lets me choose my favorite book from each month and slowly work my way up to the top book of the year, which is always the hardest part. Choosing between the last 3 books in the bracket is usually really difficult. Finally, the last page I made is a Hall of Fame. It's a bit extra, especially with all the gold, but I think that's the whole point. And that's everything. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this time with me. I hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe to see more cozy reading and journaling content. See you in the next one.